Hey guys, what is up? What is going on out there today? Brent Abel here, webtennis.com, with another episode of 7 Around 7. Hope you're having a spectacular start to your Sunday morning and have some good tennis on tap, singles and or doubles today. I've got a good practice session I'm looking forward to later this morning here in Steamboat, and got to continue to work, right? Sport of a lifetime, kind of like the internet. Like, we never say, hey man, I got to the end of the internet. No, just like tennis, we'll be continuing to tinker and work and hone and refine. And yes. So, all right, guys, listen, what I've got for you today is kind of whoops, another thought for you about your underspin backhand and why it might be floating and sitting, which seems to be the common problem that I hear the most about, a slicer and underspin backhand. Yesterday we talked about, you know, are we getting too much spin? Right? Is that maybe the problem? Why it's just floating over there? And I don't think I mentioned this to you yesterday, but I want to make sure that you think about it, especially if you go out today and you're feeling the slice, you're feeling the underspin. But big question is it really high to low? Is the swing path really high to low? And it looks like it might be. I mean, look, in fact, let me bring up the video here, and here we go. So, whoops, backing up a hair here. You know what? I'm going to go to the next example here. And so there's a turn and there's a prep, right? Well, my gosh, it certainly looks like it's going to be high to low. And if you think about what we talked about yesterday as well, which was, what's the opposite of of topspin? Well, it's underspin. And my thought yesterday was, well, this whole thing now around topspin is, well, more is better, which I don't believe, because I just don't think we can control it. I don't think that we can control it in terms of depth, consistency of depth. I don't think that we can sustain it in terms of, if you're playing a long match and someone's feeding you. I mean, one of the things I'll do in a tournament, if I've got a guy who loves to just really, really turn the ball on a forehand, is I'll give him an opportunity to do it a lot, and you can just kind of see the fuel tank getting drained over there. So the thinking is, because of all the talk these days on topspin, more is better. Well, maybe we should be doing more on a slice or an underspin. And what I said to you guys yesterday is, I think less spin really is what's going to help you drive the ball. But you got to be thinking about swing path as well, right? So if you start above it, as we are here, and why do we start here, right? Well, for me, the reason we start here is because you can disguise several different shots out of this one same setup, posture, look. But does it actually come down? Do you actually hack down to the ball from this position? And the answer is no. You actually get behind it. You get behind it, and it's a slight downward, but then it's a finish out towards that target. So yeah, and just a heads up. Look, tomorrow, Monday, August 9th, I've got an offer for you. It's a package. It's a bundle. For a couple days. You'd be able to get into it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It expires or ends Wednesday the 11th at midnight Pacific. But I want to show you how to really. I want to show you how to be able to drive this thing and feel like it's not a passive defensive shot anymore. That you can actually get some sting on the ball, and that you can be accurate with it. That you can actually make it skid and stay low over there. And talk about the guys who love to go semi to full Western on their forehand. If you're making that ball skid low underneath their strike zone, that's a rough ball to handle, right? So I've got I've got a master class, and then I've got 4 bonus classes in there for you, or I should say 4 bonus courses in the package for you. And the master class really is kind of broken down into 5 different parts. Number 1 is mindset. We've got to change how we think. We got to change the noggin thinking on this to where it's not defensive. It's not a hack, that we can actually make it offensive. You don't need a steady diet of topspin backhands to compete. And my feeling is that you can be more versatile with the underspin backhand drive, in terms of if you're a hair off with your spatial distance away from the path of the ball, you can actually improvise with a slice way better than you can with a topspin. So we got to change your mindset as to what we're going to do with it. Number 2 is there are a couple, 2 or 3 minor tweaks that we got to make with technique. And a lot of it's just kind of cleaning stuff up, right? Might be trying to do too much with it. Maybe less in this case is better. I've got part 3 is the tactics. There's really 3 basic tactics that I want to set you up for out of this posture that you see or out of this setup position that you see here in the picture. Number 4, the fourth part is a 2-part practice plan, right? And part 1 of the practice plan is, well, how do I help you best use your practice time, right? So that you're consciously working on, could be mindset, could be technique, could be tactics, right? Those 3 areas. But how are you consciously spending your time efficiently on the practice court, so that when you take it over to a league match or a tournament match or even a practice match, right, is that you can now turn off the thinking, turn off the conscious thinking, and start to trust that the work that you've done in practice can actually produce itself subconsciously, manufacture itself subconsciously, so you don't have to get in your way. You don't have to, kind of manufacture everything, which in my experience, I found, man, just the kiss of death for being able to play instinctively, have clarity, all that good stuff when you're playing a match. And then the 5th thing is what I've got for you is, I think it's super important. If you remember from back in the day, it was cybervision. And cybervision was a video watching technique, I guess you could call it. But they had Stan Smith. I remember the one was Stan Smith, and and he had, I don't know how many different of forehand, backhand, some volleys, some serves. But really, the whole thing was you would watch a repeat video of Stan Smith hitting this one shot over and over and over again. And the whole idea was, don't critique it, don't try to analyze it, just let your subconscious absorb it. And I thought that was great. The one thought was, wait a minute, man, I'm watching a Wimbledon champion. I mean, how realistic is this for me? My point is, I believe in the technique. I believe that it works, that we need to sort of have a video imprint in our subconscious of what it is that we're trying to do. And so I've got a video for you. It's not Stan Smith, but it's someone that you can relate to, that that I think will give you a really good imprint of what you want to do with a slice backhand. And that's the 5th part. And really, it's just a short video that you watch every day. Watch it at least once a day. You can do it on your phone, on your computer, do it on your tablet, whatever you want. But if you do this thing, eventually over time, your subconscious starts to believe and starts to trust, this is what we want to be doing. And so anyway, that's what's in the masterclass. And I mentioned before, there are 4 other bonus courses in there, tightly related to the underspin backhand drive. So look for that tomorrow, guys. And look, any questions, as always, would love to read and respond. You can do it 2 ways. Number 1, down below in the comments area. And you know what? For some reason with YouTube, I get notifications that someone's left a comment. I read their comment, or I read part of it, and then I go and try to click through to where the video, or to where the comment was left in the video, and it's not there. Doesn't happen maybe 1 out of 50, but for some reason. So look, if you leave a comment and it doesn't show up, I'm not sure why. I mean, I'm not manually unposting it. So, and even with a few once in a while haters out there that like to leave some negative stuff, that's cool. I don't mind leaving that. But anyway, so leave it, comment for me, and in the comments area down below, or shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Let me know what's on your mind. Guys, it's time. Let's all get out there today. Help another human being have a great day. Guys, I'll see you again tomorrow.